Hello and welcome to Raincheck. Uh, Last part we were looking, or no, we're getting ready to look for something, but last part spicy stuff happened, so I had to cut it short or cut it out of the video entirely. So let's get to the video. So, after picking up Rose's coat from Javier's new rental car, we arrive at the convention center. The place is bustling as it was yesterday, possibly even more so. Row pioneers our path, guiding us from one escalator to the next, as we arrive from Hall A to C. Down a lengthy corridor, I glance behind to find Javier wrestling his way through some swarm of bustling attendees. He weaves through the crowd, managing to align himself next to me. Where'd all these people come from? And why is everyone so tall? His last comment seems directed at me, given the pointed stare I'm receiving. Looks like everyone's on their way to Hall C. Maybe they're all checking out Cyprus too? Oh yes, that's right. How much do you know about Cyprus? Nothing too extensive, but I did read about them before. They're a biotech firm, right? Something about capturing atmospheric carbon dioxide. Why do you ask? Hatch! Rubbing my itchy nose, I try to alleviate the discomfort. Javier looks taken aback by my sudden sneeze. Bless you? Nothing. I just want to pick your brain. Javier dodges my inquisitive glance as he takes out his phone and starts jotting something down. Is that it? He concludes his note-taking, meeting my query with a self-satisfied smirk. Yes. I wonder what he's up to. We continue walking, following Row towards the entrance of Hall C. A lengthy queue is visible on the venue's opposite side, which I presume is for Cyprus. Looks like we're heading that way. The wolf points in the direction of the line. As we continue walking over, it's clear that this line is not for Cyprus, with signs displaying Lineage Lab all across the walls. But there shouldn't be any other presentations in Hall C right now, right? You're correct. I checked their schedule before entering, and they should be presenting at this time. Something must have happened, clearly. Maybe Cyprus relocated last minute. Isn't Lineage Lab the company that does ancestral DNA species tracing? I thought they were presenting tomorrow. It looks like there's a change in plans. Let me think about what this means. Glancing over, I notice Rose standing aside, courteously approaching a busy-looking feline engrossed in her phone while waiting in line. Excuse me, do you know where Cyprus is presenting? Taken aback, she gives Rose a startled look before shifting her gaze to Javier and me. Cyprus? Their keynote was cancelled. Unless you meant something else. Cancelled? Any idea why? Actually, I'm not too sure. You could probably find out why if you asked around. Alright, thanks for your time. Rose signals his gratitude with a slight nod as Javier grabs hold of Rose's sleeve, casting him a doubtful look. There's too much of a coincidence. You don't think it might be related to the attempted robbery from last night? Maybe another attempted robbery, or something else. Maybe we won't know just standing here though. Let's get moving with our plan. Plan? But their presentation was cancelled. Where are we gonna go now? Are you sure the thing you're looking for will still be there? I don't know, but it's still worth looking around for clues. This is illegal, right? Snooping around like this? Yes. It's perfectly legal, as long as we don't get caught. Suddenly it hits me. I don't even know what we're supposed to be searching for. Is it okay if I ask what exactly we're searching for? The two glance at each other before returning their attention to me. It's a box of plants. Plants? We can explain later. Let's get going. Eventually, we venture down a side passage that branches into a dim, narrow staff-only corridor, nestled in the seclusion of Hall C's rear. The three of us stop before a massive steel door. Its black surface imposing, there's a door plate beside it. storage. So this is where Cyprus is keeping their things? Based on the schematics of Hull C? Yes. Not just Cyprus, but other companies presenting in Hull C too. Probably the same ones that Dust mentioned earlier. Rose scans the surroundings before signaling Javier that the coast is clear. The fox takes out his bit flipper and aims it down the corridor, directly at a camera, then returns back to the door in front of us. A pin tumbler lock, huh? Javier takes out a small lockpick from his coat and proceeds to meticulously work on the lock. Suddenly, echoing footsteps can be heard down the corridor. Rose's ears twitch, and we both turn towards the source. Quickly! I look around and realize we're stuck in the middle of the hallway, with nowhere to hide. Javier grunts back in protest as he continues to rake the clock with his pick. Don't rush me, I'm working on it! The fox's paws work in swift, measured movements. The lockpick twirls, jiggles, and turns, his grip tightening on the handle. From my viewpoint, it's impossible to tell whether he's making any headway. The tension is almost palpable. Move aside. Ro positions his body to tackle the door open. Suddenly, with an almost inaudible click, the lock gives way. Wait, I got it! Javier pushes the door open, just as Ro lunges forward, his momentum carrying both them into the darkness beyond the door. Startled, I dart into the darkness after them, quickly slamming the door shut behind me. The echo of our intrusion dies down, leaving us in complete silence. Stepping into the shadows, my nose instantly reacts to the stale air inside. The room is nearly pitch black. A feeble light dangles at the back, stretching eerie shadows everywhere. Pinche restas, pendejo lo que. 1 inch to the right and I could have been flattened. Apologize. Relax. Also, I do not speak Spanish, so sorry. We're like... I've not really learned or spoken in a long time. The poor light causes me to bump into Javier, who's crouched over, causing him to snap back with me with a low growl. Watch the shoulder, you cat. I'm sorry. Shh. We freeze as the echo of footsteps grows louder, ominously stepping right outside of the entrance. Hide. Without hesitation, Javier sprints off into the darkness, while Rose swiftly guides me towards a pile of cardboard boxes nestled away from the view of the door. We crouch low, Ro stealthily peering through a slit between the boxes. Don't move. I can hear the metallic jiggle of a key entering the lock, followed with the slow creak of the door as it swings open, letting the stark hallway light infiltrate the dim room. My nose twitches in overdrive, a sneeze imminent. Shit, not like this. Panic drowns my thoughts as I frantically pinch my nostrils, desperate not to blow our cover. Huh? Suddenly, a paw clamps over my maw, muffling the eruption, all while Ro pulls me into his chest, effectively smothering the sound. That was a close one. The wolf eases his paw from my mouth. I return a small nod, thanking him silently for his intervention. As the seconds tick by, I hear the footsteps enter the room and continue further down. Casting a quick glance over the boxes, I spot Javier, his figure barely visible, edging his way towards the exit. As I track his progress, a sudden sneeze ambushes me again, this time leaving no room to stifle it. This room is suddenly filled with the explosion of the sound. My eyes go wide as the echo of the sneeze rebounds off the cold walls. I hear the steel door immediately shut, with a glimpse of Javier dashing out. Ro follows his lead, springing from our hiding spot. He tries to guide me to the exit, but disorientated from the sneeze, I stumble and lag behind, my nose throbbing with discomfort. Where did Ro go? Stumbling past the shelves, I head in the direction of the door sound. Hey, who's there? Shit. I look around, but there's no door. Did I go the wrong way? I backtrack, taking a different corner around the boxes, around a different set of shelves. Fuck, where is it? I catch a sight of the glistening door handle in the dark and rush towards it. Theodore? My heart skips a beat, the sound of my name freezing me in my tracks. I turn, squinting against the backlight, towards a tall, shadowy figure making their way through this mass of shelves, or maze of shells. Who the fuck is that? Before I can discern the face in the shadows, a familiar paw cinches around my waist, yanking me out just as their identity nearly comes into view. Quickly! Rose's voice is urgent as I spot him running down the hall. Wait! They called my name just now. I think I recognize their voice. They did? He returns and we both glance at the storage door, skeptical of my words. Are you sure? Yeah, they called my name right when I was about to leave. It caught me off guard. We linger and watch, half expecting the figure to suddenly burst out, but it remains shut. Looking around, I realize it's only the two of us here. Just how far did Javier run off? Leave him. He'll be back. Shouldn't we go back inside and check who? He points to the door, the handle slowly jiggling before the door itself slowly creeps open. I sigh in relief when I see David emerge from the shadows. His face lights up when he spots me. Oh, thank God it's him. I was about to dash off like Javier. Hey, Theodore. I wasn't sure if it was you without your red jacket. Cute shirt, though. I have one too in gold. But anyway, what are you doing here? The reindeer looks at me with eager anticipation, waiting for a response. He's a reindeer? I mean, I've never seen reindeer in a game or a novel. He looks away. He looks way too happy to see me. Nice to see you too. What a pleasant surprise. Rose's body language and the look in his eyes urged me to come up with an excuse. We were instructed to look for something inside. That's cool, me too. Well, I was supposed to do some other errands and find something inside the storage. But since I'm already here, I might as well check out the last night's robbery. Oops. I wasn't supposed to talk about that one. Ignore me. He knows about it too? What do you mean you weren't supposed to talk about it? Well, the general public doesn't know about it. Only the companies using the storage room know. Really? But someone just told us about it earlier. Whoa, news sure travels fast. You know, for a second I thought maybe you guys were robbers. I was about to scream for help, but then I saw you. Oh, even so, I'm surprised security hasn't tightened up some because of it. Yeah, isn't that great? Means I can go out without my stupid secretary following me around. Hey, are you busy? Did you want me to come and join? Ro gives me a bewildered stare. In response, I motion for him to just play along. Sure, I don't think we'd mind. We should probably tell Javier that we're going back in. He shrugs and points back to me. Go for it. Sorry, David, just a moment. Pulling out my phone, I attempt to reach Javier through proxy contract. The line connects after a few rings. Where the hell are you guys? Hey, Javier, and Ro and I are still outside the storage room. What? Are you guys insane? What happened? The person inside was David, and we'll be checking out the attempted robbery site now. David, who the hell is David? You mean the one from Nodal Vision? Yeah. Ro taps my shoulder, motioning me to pass the phone to him, which I do. Come back. We don't have all day. He ends the call and hands me back my phone, to which I eye back at the wolf incredulously. Oh, are we waiting for another person? Yeah, they will just left the bathroom. Okay. David briefly pulls out his phone, only to put it away immediately. I almost forgot my manners. The deer pivots towards Ro and offers a slightly awkward wave, and that's coming from me. He's slightly taller than Javier, but still short compared to us. Nice to meet you. Likewise. Theodore helped me to... Fuck. Theodore helped to make me take some incredible photos at the Grand Marine Garden earlier. He's such an amazing gardener. Or would it be florist? Or was that a vegan? Whatever. He told me so much about plants. Is that so? It's really nothing. Nonsense. Everyone kept ignoring me, but you didn't. I can see why. Ro gives me a cheeky smile as I glance over him in surprise. Fortunately, David remains oblivious to our exchange. David's eyes light up unexpectedly as he studies Ro, hinting at some startling revelation. I have a bad feeling about this. Wow, I just realized how muscular and toned you are. You must work out a lot and be super strong. Hey, Theodore. He isn't saying much. Is he shy? I muster a forced chuckle, aiming to diffuse the growing tension. No. Well then, okay. No need to be shy, mister. He playfully nudges Ro with his elbow and flashes a broad grin. Uh-oh. Maybe I should change the subject? So David, while we were waiting for our friend to return, do you know why there's no security around? I just found it really strange. I agree. I found it odd earlier that there was no resistance. The reindeer ponders for a moment before voicing his thoughts. Maybe it's because of what happened by the pool earlier. I don't know. Pool? You know, the pool in the Grand Marine? What happened? I don't know. I was playing on my phone when my secretary told me about it, but I wasn't really paying attention. All I know is that they told me there was a big scene happening by the pool. There was a lot of police cars outside the hotel early this morning, though. Did someone drown or something? I don't know. Sounds like we missed it when we were out earlier. I'll let Javier know about this later. What do I need to know? That we've been standing here waiting for you. Took you long enough. I'll have you know I treat our job seriously. When I run, I run. Javier walks down the hall. I'm sorry for the lip smacking. Javier walks down the hall towards us before stopping and staring at David. Right. So this is the rich kid. You know, I thought you'd be a lot taller in person. Like your father. I get that a lot. Remind me, why are we still here? Ro nods subtly towards the reindeer, his gaze unwavering. David wants us to accompany him to the storage room. Yeah, I think it'd be fun to have some company. Also, after going inside, I don't think I could reach some parts of the shelves myself. It sucks being so short sometimes. How relatable. Inside then. Alright. David takes out a small black key and unlocks the door. Apparently he needs to apply a considerable amount of effort to open it. Ro really made that door look easy. As we venture back in, the stale air prickles my nostrils once more, but I manage to endure it this time. Following David through the maze of shelves, his gaze fixed forward, it's clear he knows exactly where he's headed. Ro briefs Javier about the pool incident, while I strain to examine the dimly lit surroundings more closely. Now that I'm inside for a bit, the room's a lot smaller than I thought. Really. The pool was there drowning. Hey, that's what I said. I don't know, but hey, I also heard there was some kind of incident at the casino yesterday. Apparently, some drug addict sneaked in and caused problems. Do you guys know anything about that? My attention swiftly turns to Ro, my heart throbbing with unease as the mention of the casino. He meets my gaze with a comforting look before subtly shaking his head. No, we don't. What happened? And where did you hear about this? We were informed by the hotel staff that something happened. It didn't matter to me, though. I was touching up my photos that time. Any reason why the staff didn't tell us about this? Oh, you guys didn't know? I think maybe they only told the VIPs that we're staying at the penthouse, like my dad. I don't know, though. I wasn't paying attention. We trail the reindeer deeper into the storage area until we encounter another imposing black door. I've trespassed my fair share, but there's something about this place that feels more unnerving than the power plant earlier. Okay, here's the storage. But I thought we were already in the storage area. I think this room ahead is for the companies, and the room here is for the convention center. I'm not really sure. I was just told that there would be another door I'd need to enter. Interesting. That would make sense. There's two ideas keeping things out here. By the way, David, you probably wouldn't know about this. Do you know if they have any footage of the developer that tried to break in last night? Actually, I wanted to see the footage too. I thought it'd be cool. But that's when I learned there's no cameras inside the storage area here, for privacy reasons. Really? How perfect. Wait, so the thing we're looking for is likely in there, isn't it? My voice is quiet and directed towards Ro, trying my best not to alert David. Most likely. I couldn't spot anything on our way in besides trash. I look back to see David fiddling with the door, trying to get it open. Uh-oh. Hey, mister, can you help me open the door? I think it's stuck. I see David waving at Ro for help, a look of concern evident on his face. The name's Ro, by the way. Ro steps up and tries to open it, but the door remains stubbornly immovable. Is there a key for this or something? I'm not sure. Maybe I should have paid more attention. It doesn't look like it. No keyhole or anything. The wolf shifts his weight, pressing his shoulder and upper body against the door, in another attempt to open it, causing the entire structure to tremble. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if Ro could smash through a boulder. Hey, don't tear down the place. I think I got it. A sharp snap echoes, then the door abruptly gives way, swinging into the encompassing darkness. Wow, Mr. Ro, you're so strong. Would you be interested in taking some photos later for my magazine? Or maybe an interview? I already know the perfect headline. Ro the Wolf smashes all. Absolutely not. Ah. David chuckles as he enters the newly accessible room, as I notice Javier glaring at him. Such flamboyant, energetic behavior. He wouldn't last one day back where I'm from. He wouldn't last 1 minute with me. What? At least he means well, right? I give a short, forced laugh, but the two just stare at me. Keep moving. Stepping inside, I'm instantly struck by the comparative chill. Feels like I'm in one of those walk-in freezers at the grocery store. Good, it's empty. Is it just me, or is it freezing in here? It's just you, huh? Found the light switch. The sudden burst of light in the room momentarily blinds me. Whoa, this place is huge. We should spread out and look around. I glance around to find Javier by the entrance, eyes scanning the room from his vantage point, as his paws idly fiddling with his bit flipper. It'll be staying here. If you guys find anything, let me know. Ro comes into sight, clutching a broken 2x4? Oh. Well, that explains the sound. Look at this joke. Whoever put this here didn't want us in, but they sure did a shitty job. Jesus, you are strong, Mr. Ro. My impression of David takes Ro by surprise, leaving him momentarily flustered. Stop. I don't need another reindeer to deal with. What? It's true, though. You just snap that plank like it's a toothpick. My gaze shifts from Ro to the rest of the room, noting the sudden hush. Okay, yeah. Speaking of David, where is he? David? I call out, my line of sight hindered by the cluttered shelves and scattered equipment. Just as I'm preparing to call out again, I catch his voice faintly from afar. Hey, Theodore, I'm back here. You guys should take a look at this. Ro and I share a glance of intrigue before quickening our pace towards the direction of his voice. From the way he's shouting, something tells me he found something big. Hey guys, look. The reindeer points to another door, wrapped clumsily in a caution tape, reminiscent of a poorly packaged gift. More doors. This place is huge. Storage unit 004. Huh? Oh, that's Ro. Storage unit 004. Huh? Ro points to the door tag on the side as David approaches the tape. The reindeer takes out his phone and snaps a couple of photos. How mysterious. Maybe I should start a new catalog for creepy photos like this. I call it the mysterious door. Oh god. David, who owns 004? I'm not sure, but I can tell you, it's not Nodal Editions. We're 011. Over there. Rose steps forward, pulling back the tape just enough to reveal the door behind. How strange. What is it? Come. David and I step aside, Ro, and carefully peer over the crack in the tape. For some reason I anticipate a hole in the door, or a bloodstain, yet there's nothing at all. Ooh, I see. A door. But it looks normal though. There goes my catalog idea. Yeah, it's just a couple of locks over the door. Exactly. Wasn't there an attempted robbery yesterday? Yet there's no security anywhere, nor any signs of damage on the door. How's an attempted robbery if there wasn't even any attempt? Wait, you're right. I was expecting to see some damage, but it's just taped wrapped poorly at that. Something feels off. Ooh, the mist TV thickens. I like where this is going. The reindeer snaps a few more photos, as if his life depends on it, and examines the door with greater scrutiny. This is going in the magazine for sure. Rose swiftly strides over and examines the adjacent unit before conducting a brief inspection on the other doors in the area. It's almost as if Ro is acting like a prison guard, the way he's patrolling the doors, or maybe a burglar. All the doors look identical. So you're saying there was never a break-in? Not necessarily, but things aren't adding up. Think about it. First, Dust informed us that the robber couldn't get past the locks, but upon inspection it's clear no tampering was attempted. Second, why was the entrance here barred off? Look around us. This place is filled with large equipment and boxes. It was probably transported in through the roll-up door over there. He motions towards the opposite side of the wall, pointing into a spacious area that appears to be intended for truck loading and unloading. Lastly, why the fuck is there any security here? I understood what David said, but it's absurd that there's nobody around. Now that you mention it, we didn't run into anyone back here, well besides David. Ooh, I love a good mystery. I was gonna say murder mystery, sorry. Let me see if I can help. Oh, you really don't have to, David. You've done enough already. But this looks fun. Dad always wanted me to be a detective, or was it a lawyer? This isn't really a game, though. David, remind us again. You said there's no cameras in here. Nope. So it's only the entrance and the hallway. Maybe also outside the loading zone back there, but that's just a guess. You know, I was never the smartest when I came to this stuff, but Mr. Rowe is saying what Mr. Rowe is saying makes sense. We all fall silent as we stare at the yellow tape in front of us, as we try to digest what this could all mean. David suddenly springs to life, his eyes lighting up with a spark of realization as he gazes at us. Actually, give me one more second. I think I know how to help. The reindeer gives us an enthusiastic nod before running back down. Wait! Finally, some peace and quiet. I wonder what he's up to. Becoming a lawyer, like what his dad always wanted. Well, in any case, there's still a couple more things annoying me. What's that? First, there's no cameras in here. There still might be hidden ones, and I can't check with my phone being dead. Oh crap, you're right. Maybe Javier can check for us? I suppose. But more importantly, How did they know there was an attempted robbery, especially when none of the locks were damaged? And by then, I mean, whoever first discovered the scene. Maybe it was the staff that walked in on it and replaced the locks after seeing the damage? You think so? That seems unlikely. But even then, with the lack of security personnel, I was expecting at least another person here. Hey, you two, I got good news and bad news. What is it? Good news is that there doesn't seem to be any hidden cameras here. I just finished the scan. Bad news is, the reindeer ran out. That sounds like good news to me. Oh yeah. He said he might know a way to help us. The fox with a creased forehead, forced, with a cross, fuck, I said cross. The fox with a creased forehead, fuck me, with a creased forehead, looks intently at us, then returns. Okay. The fox with a creased forehead looks intently at us, then turns his focus to the taped-off door beside us, gesturing towards it. Is this? It's supposedly the botched robbery from last night. Really? That's it. The fox walks up to the tape instinctively, peering through and expecting the locks. I was expecting to see something more dramatic. Well, might as well be see what's inside, right? Give me a second. I think I can pick these two. Ro and I observe in silence as we see the fox meticulously working the pick in his paw into the lock. A minute passes before we hear something drops to the floor. Shit. What is it? The pick snapped. Looks like I'm rustier than I thought. Uh-oh. Javier scratches his head and takes out his phone. Oh. Uh-oh, is it right? We're out of luck. I didn't bring a spare. Then let me fill you in on what we've been thinking so far. Ro delves in his thoughts, pointing out the peculiarities that he's noticed. The puzzling door barricaded, the unaltered locks, and the conspicuous absence of security personnel. Now that you mention it, I did think it was too easy getting back here. So I guess that's that. Can't we have Ro try and open the door as well? I'm strong, but not that strong. This door looks like it's made for reinforced steel. Flattered, though. Plus, I couldn't find what we were looking for when I was in the other room. We can't investigate beyond these doors at the moment. Disappointing, but alright. Let's proceed to our next point of interest then. What? What about David? Are we gonna wait for him? As if in response to my thoughts, I catch a pair of antlers poking out from behind some shelves, moving swiftly towards us. I'm back! I got it! Surprised, we all spin around to witness David sprinting towards us, swinging a hefty-sized keyring. Where the hell did he get that? Excuse me? What is that? I got the master keys. And how do you manage to do that? Oh, it was easy. I just went up the help desk and asked for the keys. They weren't interested in helping until I showed them my ID. So, is this what being a billionaire is like? They gave you the entire keyring, just like that? Oh, yeah. I guess so. We can open all the doors now if we want. I need to return it as soon as possible, though, or security will come after me. Javier and I look at each other before he shrugs back, prompting a nervous laugh from me. Ro plucks the keys from David's grasp and tosses them to Javier, who barely manages to catch them in time. Well, I guess we can check on what's inside the door now. He cycles through the keys, testing out each one until a sudden clicking sound resonates. After a brief pause, he tears off the tape, enabling him to pull the door outward. Inside, a dimly lit room comes into view, with light streaming from the main room, with several small boxes scattered about. The investigators cautiously step into the room, scrutinizing every detail with the assistance of black light that Javier produces at the last moment. David and I carefully watch the two from the outside. It's a lot emptier than I thought. Maybe they cleared it out. Oh god, what is that smell? No idea what you're talking about. You don't smell it? It's this sweet, faint odor. I can't remember where I've smelled this before. Man. Ro ignores Javier's comment and fixes his attention to the ground. Doesn't appear to have much inside. But wait, these boxes. The wolf picks up one of the boxes to examine it, shakes it, and then tosses it back down. They belong to Cypress. All these boxes are empty too. Wait, what do we have here? The fox leans over and pulls out a gray rag from within one of the boxes. How suspicious. Let me take a look at that. They exchange the cloth around and Ro holds it up to the light. The wolf cautiously raises the cloth to his snout, only to recoil abruptly. Fucking. Ro coughs a few times, prompting Javier to take the rag from him, and cautiously examines it himself. Javier scrunches up his face, pulling his sleeve over his nose and quickly ducking out of the storage room. It's chloroform. Chloroform? Are you okay? I rush to Javier's side. He looks like he's really out of it. Yeah, that would explain the smell. I'm starting to get a headache. The fox takes a few steps without my aid, but then loses his balance, ultimately stumbling into David. Oh, no, Mr. Fox, are you okay? Just a bit dizzy. I should be fine. Alright. I think we've seen enough. David, help Javier out of here. Theodore, help me clean up over when we're leaving. Got it. Ro and I quickly tidy up, wiping up any prints while David helps escort Javier out. Man, I hope we don't have to come back in here. It's freezing, and it doesn't help that I'm in a t-shirt and shorts. Look, I don't think the cool air inside did me any favors. Everyone good? Yeah, I think so. Wow, that was so much fun. We should do that more often. I couldn't find what I was looking for, though. I guess someone took the stuff I was searching for or something. Hey, that reminds me. Are you guys undercover police? All eyes fixate on the reindeer, his gaze darting to his phone in a sudden panic as an alarm blares. Oops, I need to get back and return the keys now. If you ever want to hang out again, I have a whole North Penthouse block reserved in the Grand Marine. Bye. We all stare at David as he returns down the hall, only to turn around and sprint the other way. We should get out of here too, before someone sees us. Good idea. Back in Ro's room, I'm straining to connect the dots as well as I can, but I'm drawing blanks. What if David's somehow involved in this? That's a good one. Yeah, just thinking out loud. I think that's the funniest thing you've said since I met you. The conversation wanes and Ro resumes his slow pacing. Suddenly he stops and pulls out a small notepad, jotting down thoughts fervently. The wolf moves across the room and shares his notes with Javier. The fox gaze fixed on the rain trailing down the window. Man, I want to go back to a hotel. Or just vacation, really. Theodore? Besides David, do you have any other ideas on Cypress? I'm not sure. It still feels too open-ended to make any conscious or conclusions. Like we're circling around a mystery. The wolf continues his methodical pacing, jotting down more thoughts before walking over and extending the notepad to me. Here. I can't read a single thing Ro wrote. It's just a bunch of scribbles. I'm having a hard time reading this. It kinda looks like a doctor wrote this. How fitting. You hear that, Ro? You were meant to be a doctor after all. Sure. Only if you pay for the tuition. Yeah, let me see what else you wrote. The fox snatches his notes out of Ro's paw before scanning through them carefully. Locking themselves inside means they left through the cargo door. The Plans we were looking for are gone, but attempted robbery was reported. Inconsistent. Chloroform was presented, potentially used on someone. No security. That's all. Well, do you think I'm missing anything? I think for a second, everything makes sense, but the chloroform keeps sticking out to me. I feel like if the plants were there, I don't know when they could have been moved out. So, it could have been before or after the robbery. But, what's with the chloroform? I feel like if I was using that, I wouldn't have hid it in a box. Makes me wonder if they were in a rush to escape and had to dispose of it quickly. Besides that, I have no idea what any of this could mean. Good observation. I came to the same exact conclusion about the frag. You guys probably have better ideas than me. I have a theory. At some point, a staff of Cyprus came in and was subsequently attacked. The attackers subdued the staff, opened the door, transported the inventory, including the plants, through the loading zone, but barred the entrance before leaving because they heard someone coming, because of which they were in a rush to hide the rag and toss it in the box. I nod back, seemingly able to understand that in line of logic. You see, I thought that at first, but there's something that feels off about all this. Enlighten me. Thus said that whoever was trying to break in couldn't get past all the locks. But assuming it was the reindeer telling the truth and this was kept hidden from the public, why did Dust know about it? Who was the person that told Dust? Are you suggesting that it was an inside job or something? Exactly. Let's call this person that told Dust Z. Z knew about the crime, but how? Easy. Z either witnessed, committed, or heard that from a peer. The most plausible thing that happened is Z heard about this from another staff member of the Cypress. That or security. I doubt Z attempted the robbery, only to talk about it with Dust. Right, and this issue here is Z knew about all this. They would have nothing to hide, yet they reported this as an attempted robbery, even though everything is empty. So Z's most likely to telling the truth, and someone lied to them. Wait, but how do we know the staff wasn't just moved out after the attempted robbery? That's logical with how things are currently presented. Actually, Cypress moved the things after they entered the robbery. Then they either put the plank or they didn't. It doesn't make sense for them to bar the entrance. They don't have the motive. Therefore, Cypress had to have entered before the door was barred, else they wouldn't have been able to come in, and then most likely they would have reported the blockage. A contradiction. Wait, that puts a hole in my theory. If the staff member was subdued by the attacker, and the attacker barred off the door, then the staff member would have had to remove the plank before they left. I'm confused. No problem. Let's backtrack our thoughts and see what falls out from the illogical. From a ruling the my glasses, guys. Yes. You don't got it. Nice. No problem. Let's backtrack our thoughts and see what falls out from ruling the illogical. First, if we suppose Z was right, and that this was an attempted robbery, that means the reason there's nothing inside was because Cypress already moved out afterwards. But that means the plank must have been placed after Cypress stuff too. If so, by whom? Either Cypress or another company. Right, but why would another company barricade the door? More likely than not, it was probably Cypress. And secondly, if we suppose Z was wrong, then something lied to them, meaning the robbery was actually successful. Which seems like the case with the chloroform and 2x4. The only issue is, why lie about an attempted robbery? Perhaps an inside job, a smuggling, who knows. Either way, it feels like Cyprus is hiding something. So what do you guys think really happened? Do you think they're doing shady stuff and this is just a surface, or? The fox strokes his chin for a second before plopping down on the sofa. Hard to say. I'm leaning towards Cyprus faking something. Naturally, they would have accessed down there, and it's easy enough for them to clear out their own unit, bar off the entrance, and leave through the loading zone in the back. Why? I don't know, but I'm going to bet my tail that's related to the content inside the storage room. Probably the plants too. Noted. Dwarf rips out a page from his notepad and neatly places it in one of the folders on his desk. I suggest we continue the main investigation, perhaps from a different angle now. Agreed. We finish this task to the best of our abilities. We still have leads that hopefully draw a clearer picture for us. Sorry to interrupt, but could you tell me more about the plants we're searching for? Are they special or something? The two look at each other before Ro mentions Javier. Go ahead, tell him. You know about the details more than me. The fox sighs with the look of hesitation visible on his face. The plants we're looking for are a man-made subspecies of fern. We don't know the specifics, but it's public knowledge that Cyprus had been developing something to absorb carbon dioxide and other heavy gases for a while now. We suspect they're utilizing these ferns for research, but not for the reasons they claim. I hope these plants aren't dangerous or anything. I know there's a whole lot of subspecies that oozes a bunch of white sap that's highly toxic. Sap? Yeah, that sounds like rose. We don't know, but this is related to the harbor fire I showed you earlier. What? The plants? Cyprus. Remember how I mentioned all about the person surviving the harbor fire? Before we launched our investigation, we managed to acquire Cyprus's internal investor list, and one of the names that led us back to the harbor fire. The catch is, that particular name belonged to a company that went under shortly after the incident. The company being Blackout. What kind of company is Blackout? Research and development. I see, and what does this have to do with the harbor? The cargo ship that was importing goods at said harbor was including some from Blackout. Strangely enough, it's rumored their goods were the only thing that completely destroyed. Other shipments only suffered minor damage. I sigh, weighed down by the complexity of it all. Okay, I think I get it. It's just a lot to wrap around my head. So we're going to investigate Blackout now. Actually, I suggest we take a short detour and look into this after we check up on our friend at the hospital. Agreed. We might get more information on our situation, Theodore. The mention of the incident earlier makes me nauseous, and not particularly looking forward to what we might encounter later tonight. Do I have to go too? I was hoping I could take things easy before tonight. Ro notices my apprehension and offers a reassuring pat on my back, gesturing towards the door. Assuming they're awake, don't you want to hear the events from the source? Might be important. Yeah, I guess. Hopefully they're coherent enough to speak with us. They really took a beating. Well, not as much a beating as Ro gave to that one guy. I'm sure our friend is fine. Probably. The fox gets up and throws a couple of punches at the air, in which Ro rolls his eyes at. Alright. Let's get going before I beat you. You wish, mud. I take a deep breath before getting up, mentally preparing myself for what's to come. With the two in such high spirits, I feel like I can do this. Maybe. We're on a familiar road. Seems like we're near Dust's cafe. The ride's way smoother this time thanks to Javier picking out a large SUV. Although, maybe he's overcompensating a bit. Ro is completely reclined in the passenger seat up front, fully enjoying the ride. Meanwhile, Javier, who is intently navigating the vehicle, is struggling somewhat to access the pedals. Wow, short little guy. With thoughts weighing heavily on my mind, I feel a pressing need to break the silence. Hey, I've been thinking. It's fine that I'm tagging along with you guys, right? I don't want to be a burden. You're manageable. I suppress a chuckle. A suppressed chuckle slips out from the fox's mouth, prompting Ro to glare back. You're overthinking things. It's mutually beneficial for us to work together. You get that, right? Regardless, we wouldn't just leave you, especially after all that. Isn't that right, Javier? As long as he doesn't get in the way, he can do whatever he wants. And I mean that in the nicest way possible. Thanks. I've been trying to pull my own weight in the group this morning, but I'm not entirely sure how. I feel so useless. I cast my gaze downward, fixating on the door. It's going to stop you right there. You're not an investigator. You haven't gone through any training. Yet, you've been managing to hold your own. Not to mention how stressful all this must be for you. Considering that, I think you're doing a commendable job. Wow, high praises from low. That's rare. I mean, I guess you did uncover an interesting lead with David, and who knows, maybe the boy will share valuable information with us. Just keep doing what you've been doing. You're not as bad as the other people we've worked with. But Javier's tone takes a playful turn, and I can catch a glimpse of his mischievous smile in the rearview mirror. If you wish to contribute further, there are a few ways you can assist us in this case. Why do I have a bad feeling about this? Javier. No, it's fine. I'm willing to help. It's the least I could do. Wow, agreeing before you even learn what the task is. Alright, so you're serious. We can discuss this further after our visit to the hospital. Speaking of which, we're nearly there. Rounding another corner, the hospital looms on the horizon, and I'm firmly shake my head, trying to dispel the growing discomfort. Hospitals have never been my favorite. Not since childhood, but it's been a while now. Maybe things will be different. I can do this. It's because his father. Or no, his father died recently. It's hard to imagine it's been almost a decade since I was last in the hospital. Oh, maybe his father. Now that I'm here, I would have imagined it would be more crowded, particularly with what Dust had mentioned about an increase in skeleton usage. But it's eerily empty. God, I'm so glad I've been healthy for all these years. This place gives me the creeps. I'll never get accustomed to the strong antiseptic odor that fills the hospital air. Theodore? Uh-huh. The elevator's here. Javier sticks his head out from the elevator and glares at me. You coming or not? Oh, sorry. Javier darts out as soon as the elevator doors slide open, making a swift left down the corridor. I prepare to follow when Rose steps in front of me with a worried look. You good? Yeah, I'm fine. Just not a fan of hospitals. Yeah, me neither. Let's hurry up and get out of here. Rose takes the lead and I follow, consciously avoiding any lingering glances into the open rooms. Eventually make a turn and spot Javier waiting impatiently outside a room down the hallway. About time. He knocks on the door and lets himself in as we approach. Ro enters, leaving me standing in the corridor, second guessing my decision to go in. Maybe waiting in the car would have been a better choice. The door opens again, with Ro's head peeking out. There's a moment of hesitation as he beckons me in. Fuck it. Another one? My attention is immediately drawn to the terrified boar in the bed, his eyes locking onto mine. Ro and Javier stand on the other side of him. I avert my gaze and quickly find a place to sit. Who are you people? Please don't hurt me. Could you stop your yelling and listen? We're not here to hurt you. We just have some questions. Ro, you say something. The guy looks more afraid of you than me. Iridescent power plant. Sound familiar? We found you unconscious there as well. Well, not me, but him. The wolf turns towards me and gestures in my direction. I manage to muster an awkward nod in response to the anxious man's fearful gaze. Hi. You guys saved me? Yes, we did. You know what? The boar suddenly buries his face in the pillow and begins to sob uncontrollably. Thank you so much. Why? I'm not doing that. It's so late. Why? Why? Please, it's fine. What was that? His voice is muffled, but I'm not sure what he's saying. Bzzz. Wow. Brain damage or something. Did he just blow his nose into the pillow? Maybe he just needs a pillow. Or, no, he needs a minute. The boar wipes his face dry and attempts to sit up on the bed. Ow, ow. Don't you move. You need rest. He looks older than I thought. Middle-aged. Something's off. Wasn't he severely beaten? How does he have this much mobility? Now, why don't we get some formalities out of the way? How should we address you? Monty, with an I. Well, Monty, with an I. Would you like to explain what happened to you? Who attacked you? I don't know. Do you remember why you were at the flower plant? I don't know. It's all kind of a blur, you know? Blurry and dizzy. There's a brief pause, but when no one speaks, I rise from my seat and approach the others, hoping to help. What was he doing before the incident? If he knows who he is? What happened to his clothes? I mean, probably in the beating. He knows who he is. Probably. Does he? This seems best. What were you doing before the incident? Do you remember anything before that? Of course, I went to work yesterday. And what happened after work? I don't remember. It's all so hazy. Feels like he's hiding something. I remember being there with someone, maybe. Was I? You think? Where? With who? Well, I remember now. You guys won't, hurt me, right? We wouldn't have waited until now to hurt you. 2 days ago, when I was leaving for work, I was attacked. Monty's voice is soft and quivering as he speaks, his demeanor clearly disturbed. Go on. I was in the parking lot when someone came up to me, crying for help. Honestly, I don't know if they were crying for help or crying from pain. Then out of nowhere, they whipped out this gun thingy at me. Crazy, right? Holy shit. That's what I said too. I didn't know what to do. So I kinda just floored it. His voice fades, eyes growing dull and glazed. I think I ran him over. Is that all? They were all short, mangy-looking cat. They were tall, skinny, maybe a lion? It was dark, but their paws had these bandage thingies when they showed the gun. Where do you work, Monty? At a bank. I'm just a janitor. You guys weren't thinking of calling the police on me, are you? We won't if you continue your recount. Oh, okay. When I got home, I got 2 texts. I suddenly get chills as I hear the words come from Monty. So one message was head over to the power plant tomorrow night, or we'll ring up the cops on you. And if I blabbed anyone, they would kill me, man. The other text was a photo of me turning the line into a pancake. Interesting. Do you mind if we take a look at the photo on your phone? It's gone. I couldn't find it when I woke up, including my wallet too. Shit, of course. This is literally what happened to me. It's definitely similar. So what happened to you after that? You went to the power plant and got attacked? Yeah, kinda cringe now that I think about it. I might have taken the wrong turn or something. I think I got there when the sun was coming up. I can see the boar's arms start to shake. Then there was this snow leopard dude with a cool black mask thing. He said hi and all, and then we went inside. Are they the leader? They started chatting about stuff, but like, I had no clue what he was on about. He was like, join Blackout or else, but I'm pretty sure that meant killing me. Isn't that like what Ro and Javier were talking about? At first I was like sure, but then they told me I had to murder someone. Definitely wasn't gonna do that, so I ran. The boar buries his face back into the pillow, his sobs muffled by the fabric. And I'm guessing that this is when he changed his mind and got attacked. Sounds like it. What? It was horrible. I don't even want to experience something like that again. There. You're safe now. Honestly, I'm surprised you're holding up so well. It looked like you took a beating. You saw that? That's so embarrassing. Monty slowly moves his paw and winces. I don't know, my digits kinda hurt, so I'm trying not to wiggle them too much. The rest ain't too shabby, but got this zappy mark on my chest. Doc mentioned something about getting a shock or whatever. Ro and I exchanged glances. I see. And no broken bones? Doc said something about some broken bones or ribs or whatever. But hey, I've had tougher troubles before. This ain't much. Oh man, like that one time I was fishing, my leg got tangled up and whoosh, the sea kinda dragged me. That was like way wilder. Did I mention I can't swim? Wait. Or that time I tried camping. Got all turned around and I was there for like weeks before folks found me. Lesson learned, always pack a compass. Or this other time I almost... Right. Seriously, it's kinda wild. Not sure how I'm still alive. You're telling us... You know, I kinda thought I was a goner. Everything went all black and white at the power plant, you know? I have a heart condition. Cardor empathy. You mean cardiomyopathy? Yeah, that's the one. Ro points to the monitor next to Monty's head. His heart rate looks pretty normal, although I'm not sure what abnormal would be. No wonder ECG looks off. Truly a miracle. The door slides open, and a slender meerkat holding a clipboard walks in, but she comes to a halt upon seeing us. I notice you have guests. I can come back in later to discuss your blood work results. No need. I think we're just about done here. Javier, your card. The fox searches through his coat and then neatly sets a business card down on the bedside table. Names it up. Call us if you ever remember something else. Get some rest. Monty nods in acknowledgement, fear still flickering in his eyes. He reminds me of myself. Oh my god, I keep double pressing. Sorry. As we leave the hospital, there's this heavy silence as we try to process the boar's recount. It doesn't help that I keep noticing Javier's sneaking peeks at me through the rear view as he drives. You know about what Monty said? He mentioned blackout and also described a really similar situation to what happened to me. The fox chuckles and I catch his smirk through the mirror. Suddenly you're now 10 times more important. Looks like waking up early today paid off. All thanks to Theodore, of course. Yeah. 3 cheers for the tiger, I guess. In any case, it looks like we have some work cut out for us. We'll need to figure out how to proceed with tonight's investigation. We might be able to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. But that means we'll need to prepare for another stakeout. My shoulder is still sore. Speaking of which, Theodore, how's your leg? Bruised, but I'm managing. Go back and rest until tonight. You've had quite a day already. We'll pick you up later. Thank God, I can finally rest. Sure thing. I let out a sigh and look out the window. The rain stopped, but those clouds still look kinda moody. Man, guess I'm deep in this mess now. I wonder what all this means. We're here. Thanks, guys. Wait, before you go, you said you wanted to be more useful, right? Yeah. Javier turns around from his seat and hands me a small device similar to the one I used earlier. This is for me. And here I thought you didn't trust him. What are you giving him a segmenter for? I just don't want him to slow us down. He eyes Ro defeatedly before returning his gaze to me. Anyway, like Oro said, it's a segmenter. It's not exactly the one you used earlier, but they all perform similar tasks. You ever used one of these before, like a science class or something? No, never. I don't think my school had the funding for this kind of stuff. Okay, well, if you want to be useful, you should learn how to use this. Let me meet that park first, and I'll give you a demonstration inside. Let's make this quick. The duo swiftly walks towards the entrance, and I follow, despite my injury slowing me down. Is there any reason you can't explain it to me in the car? I'd rather not have to deform any damage to electronics around me, i.e. my rental car. The hotel lobby should be a suitable place, especially with all the kiosks I saw around. It's been a while since you used this, Ro. Would you like an explain the functionality to Theodore? The wolf scratches his beard and stares at Javier. No. But if I must. A segmenter is exactly what it sounds like. I was wondering why those voices sounded so familiar. Good afternoon, gentlemen. Who's this guy? Do they know him? Lawrence, what are you doing here? Looking for the two of you, of course. Tried calling you, but it went to voicemail. Was just about to contact Javier. Luckily, I saw you two coming in. I thought you took time off. I did, but our boss requested my assistance moments before I got on my plane. Regrettably, I am here now. He chuckles as no one says anything back. I'm joking, of course. You didn't have to come here just to say hi, did you? No, I didn't. I came to deliver Javier the information he requested from the office. Oh. I said I was going back to pick it up later this week. Thanks. The Grey Wolf takes out a piece of paper and a tiny USB from his coat pocket. There's also this. He waves the paper in his paw before giving it to Ro. How interesting. I don't think I've ever seen this before. Boss wanted me to deliver it to you. What is this? An insignia? What about this address written underneath? Strange. I don't recognize this particular design. I glance over and see a gold circle-looking symbol on the paper. Address is at a local pub, around 10 blocks away from here. As for the symbol, I have no idea. I was hoping you two would know, but I guess not. Regardless, I was asked to accompany the two of you and help figure out what this circle meant. What's the importance of the symbol? You're asking me. The boss told me to look into this, but didn't mention anything about it. We can speak more about specifics tomorrow night. Wait, I just realized you're coming along. This must be serious then. That won't be necessary. We're equipped to manage this on our own. An excess of personnel, particularly during a stakeout, could be counterproductive. As if brushing off Ro, Lawrence gives a chuckle and focuses on polishing his sunglasses with a cloth from his coat. Of course, I wholeheartedly agree, but I'm just following orders. Besides, I didn't skip my flight to the tropics just to have you turn me down. Fine. When have I ever gotten in the way? Rose scoffs back at the wolf's question. This can't be good. You're kidding, right? What about that time you destroyed the evidence Javier and I collected by the refinery? You're still hung up on that. It was either the evidence or your lives, you dolt. You know we weren't in any danger. That's because I was the one who disabled the flame after I removed the... There were no flames, and you destroyed the main gas intake long before you got... Never mind, it doesn't matter. Just meet me at the specified location tomorrow night at 8 sharp. We will. The fox smiles back at the Grey Wolf before flashing a look of annoyance at Ro. Perfect. The tall, slender wolf finally turns to me, giving me a look of both curiosity and interest. You must be Theodore, correct? Apologies for letting you just stand there. Yeah, it's fine. I'm used to it. He extends his paw, which I hesitantly shake. His grip is quick but firm. A pleasure meeting you. I hope Javier and Ro have been treating you well and haven't been too inconvenienced. I know they can have a habit of making things more extravagant. His tone is lighthearted, but his expression says otherwise. Yeah, they've been great. An inquiry of yours. It looks fresh. What happened there? Hopefully not because of those two. I panic as he points to the slight purple patch on my thigh. How did he notice that? Shit, maybe I should lie about it so I don't make them look bad? No, I accidentally tripped. Over in my room, in the bathtub. Lauren stares at me with concern. Maybe he bought it? I see. Well then. Do me more careful. I know the bathtubs have a tendency to fight back when they're wet. We can't have anything happen to Theodore, right, guys? I don't think he bought it. Before I forget, this is for you. What? He passes me a small business card, similar to the one Ro had given me. My brow furrows as I glare back at Lawrence, feeling a bit hesitant as I quickly tuck it in my pocket. Thanks. In case anything happens, you can also contact me. Anything else? No, that'll be all. I'll see you 2 in the morning, tomorrow evening. No, that'll be all. I'll see you 2 tomorrow evening. The Grey Wolf casually turns on his heel and strolls out the lobby. Ro lets out a deep, audible sigh, while Javier tries to stifle a laugh. Careful with the bathtub. I had to come up with something. I didn't want you guys to look bad. I'll admit, I'm impressed. I didn't think you had the guts to lie. Yeah, well, I don't think he really bought it. I shoot a glance at Ro. Well, with him staying so quiet, something's clearly up. Is everything okay? It's nothing. It's not nothing. Ro doesn't work well with Lawrence. They always clash with each other on other ideas. It's not that. I can't shake the feeling that he's always scheming something dubious. And this is and this time's no different. Are you sure? Obviously, if Andrew wants him to tag along with us, something must be up. He's been solving every skeleton case recently. So if he's here then, maybe this is more complicated than we thought. Wait, if he's joining you guys tomorrow, is Cypress and these events related to Skeleton? Maybe even Blackout? It's too early to tell, but we'll get more information tomorrow. If this is related to Blackout, then it might be somehow related to me. I know I shouldn't stay out of things. I know I should stay out of things, but now I'm curious. Maybe I'll see how things pan out tonight. Wait, did he give you his business card? Ro gestures towards my pocket, prompting me to dig it out, the card. Oh, yeah. Although, I don't really see the purpose. A subtle growl emerges from Ro. His eyes lock onto Lawrence's business card before he abruptly stops and diverts his gaze. Go back to your room and get rest. We'll notify you when we're on our way up to pick you up. I'll see you later. Wait, what about... And with that, Ro walks out the lobby. The fox simply shrugs and grins at me. I didn't want to say that in front of you, out of his face, but he's furious. Of what? Lawrence? Probably. I do find it strange that he's here. He was simply supposed to be off on vacation. I clearly remember him making a fuss over who could have time off this week months ago. Ro's probably furious that he has to spend time with him now. Is that really it? But he didn't say Lawrence was suspicious. Him being here instead of vacation does sound pretty suspicious. Well, he's just doing what he's being assigned. Our boss has a tendency to do that. Is it okay to ask why the two don't get along together? Lawrence has some unorthodox ways of getting things done, according to Ro. That being said, Ro does too, like you've seen. Maybe that's why he's pissed too. Unorthodox? Like how? We'll need to ask Ro for finer details, but he told me he doesn't respect the rules when it comes to investigations. I've never directly worked with him before, so I wouldn't know. I take out the segmenter in my pocket, and Javier nods slowly. Oh, right, the segmenter. We can go over that later. I should probably check up on Ro. I'm sure you don't even need me to explain it to you. You're smart enough, right? Uh, Great. I'll see you later. Before I can respond, Javier runs out the lobby, leaving me dumbfounded. I study Lawrence's card in one pocket and the segmenter in the other. He's giving me way more credit than I deserve. I don't even know how the hell to turn this thing on. What the hell do I do now? I think this is where we'll leave it off for today. Yeah, this is where we'll leave it off. This is the beginning to the stakeout. So I'll see you at the title. Alright, hello after the video, guys. I totally forgot to do an outro. So yeah, if you like this video and would like to read for yourself, it will be down and linked down in the description down below. That was so many downs. But yeah, this is made by Radcanine. Extras, well, not extras, about. Yeah. So if you liked Raincheck, they also have a Patreon if you'd like that. That'll also be linked down in the description. This is still a work in progress, VN, but they might be on hiatus. So they might need something or whatever. But yeah. I love you guys and hope to see you again next time. Bye.